$667 million in grants and loans from the Reconnect program. NTIA floats a partial BEAD Buy America waiver. $68 million in emergency connectivity funds released by the FCC. And a record-setting week at FBA's Fiber Connect 2023. Those stories and more on This Week in the Broadband Universe. Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm Craig Corbin. U.S. Department of Agriculture Secretary Tom Vilsack on Monday announced the latest investments from the Reconnect program, targeting high-speed internet projects in rural, remote, and unserved communities in 22 states and the Marshall Islands. $667 million in grants and loans, part of the fourth round of Reconnect funding. Among the projects included $24.9 million to Star Telephone Membership Corporation in eastern North Carolina. Oregon's Pioneer Telephone Cooperative will also receive $24.9 million for work in Lincoln, Lane, and Benton counties. And SWC Telesolutions Incorporated in New Mexico will receive a grant of $9.2 million for projects in Doña Ana and Sierra counties. The much-lauded Buy America requirement for sourcing gear and equipment used in the $42.45 billion BEAD program now might wind up not being quite so stringent. NTIA this week proposing a limited and targeted waiver of the Build America, Buy America requirements. The waivers would allow enclosures such as pedestals, terminals, and fiber distribution frames, as well as the overclad cylinder of fiber optic cables to be sourced outside the U.S. Not included, however, optical line terminals, OLTs, and optical network terminals, ONTs. NTIA opening a 30-day comment period for the waiver that runs through September 21st. At that point, the agency will either modify or finalize the proposed waiver. The FCC has committed $68 million from the Emergency Connectivity Fund for schools and libraries in 7 states. The funding will cover broadband devices and connectivity for more than 110,000 students in Washington State, New Mexico, Maryland, Massachusetts, Indiana, Connecticut, and Arizona. The latest funding brings the running total from ECP to just shy of $7 billion. A huge week in Orlando at the Fiber Broadband Association's biggest event ever, Fiber Connect 2023. More than 4,000 attendees packed the Gaylord Palms Resort to hear more than 220 speakers and panelists touching on every imaginable part of the broadband industry. And as is typically the case, certainly no shortage of announcements on product advancements. Among them, Render Networks unveiling its new network construction platform, Render Insights.
I think the impact is genuinely profound. Being able to improve visibility and control of deployment data, understanding what the throughput is from one field crew to another, enabling operators and builders to manage by exception. Instead of spending time on reporting, actually have those insights and that analytics at one's fingertips so they can improve the speed of their decision making, the quality of their decisions, and they can get this infrastructure built faster.
Fiber Connect 2024 will be back in Nashville's Gaylord Opryland Resort next July. Cracking down on password sharing continues to boost new subscriber signups for Netflix. Research by Antenna showed 2.6 million new customers in July, with 23% of the new signups opting for the ad-supported plan. Netflix no longer offers the basic ad-free plan to new and returning subscribers in the United States. With the evolving trend toward digital viewing, advertisers are increasingly introducing formats to promote direct sales. One popular method, QR codes. According to a new report from Video Advertising Bureau, 36% of TV audiences have interacted with shoppable ad QR codes. Younger audiences more likely to recall seeing shoppable ads. And finally, the story from across the pond, one very enterprising video streaming service operating under a number of names, 4K OTT, Cobra, and MyTV Plus. More than 1.3 million customers watching unlimited movies and content from Netflix, Disney, Videoland, and Viaplay, all for just €10 a month. Sound too good to be true? Well, Dutch authorities thought so too. Following a year-long investigation, the jig is up for the pirate streaming service. Subscriptions were paid in cash for media boxes with pre-installed access to the service. Feeds for the pirated service were taken from a data center where all the programming was distributed. More than 1,000 servers were seized as part of the investigation. The ringleader was bringing in about $500,000 a month. 30-year-old Hisham O. was prosecuted at The Hague for copyright infringement, membership in a criminal organization, and laundering €17.5 million. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time on This Week in the Broadband Universe.